All right, so the podcast has started, and oh boy, we were already talking about. We didn't even do a pre-show dojo, and we could have had a good one. Like the sad thing is, I make good points when I'm off air, and that's the sad part. And I don't feel like going back into it. I think it was because it was a little too personal. Maybe it's too personal to be broadcasting out there for now. But the show is going. And this should be episode. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Today's the 19th of September, and I think that's what I'm going to start doing, Blues. Every time we start a podcast, I'm going to tell them the date. It's Sunday, the 19th of September. This is episode. What episode is it? I can look this up because we don't have everything together here, folks. We're running on a shoestring budget. And laziness.
Shoestring. Shoestring is still a overstatement.
Yeah. Let's see. Should be under podcast videos. Yeah, we're on episode 18. Man, we're just rolling out there. So, I mean, there's a. You're RPing as Catagon in a C box. I mean,
yep.
We got a lot of things actually going on the site. So I'm gonna let Blues explain that as I just chill for a minute. I'm gonna be chilling, thinking while Blues explains the news of the site.
All right, site news. What do we want to start with? Do we want to start with Earth or space?
Say we start with Earth, then space, and then Demon Realm.
Okay. All right. So on Earth, we still got Anon and his forces operating. They just staged a terrorist attack. Android 13 and a lookalike of Astrid, calling himself the Emerald Knight, attacked a rival corporation of Capsule Corp in Central City. So Heather's character Vala and Astrid's other character Lance, they were the ones who stopped the Emerald Knight. It was a pretty interesting fight. And then meanwhile, you had Oob, Sorora, and Gohan fighting Android 13. So they didn't defeat Android 13. He got away. But the Emerald Knight was defeated. And now the Earth Special Forces is, looking into this. Other stuff we got going on Earth. We got Catagon. He's going back on his. He's evil again. He's going after the white. He's evil.
I'm gonna add into that whole Catagon going evil thing. You know why Catagon's going evil? Because Heather's not giving Blues enough attention. And you know what? I'm mad about it too, because you know what? Heather needs to RP with Blues to keep his morale up. She's being selfish. I believe that. She's selfish. She thinks she can just live in the South and make sandwiches and RP with Spanish Gohan all the time. I'm against that.
Here we go.
She needs to share the love with Blues so he can bask.
All right, listen.
In the sun rays of Heather.
We got Catagon being evil again. He recruited Tetra. He went back and recruited Tetradia. So
he loves Tetradia.
He got himself a legion of samurai warriors. He's trying to find a magical artifact called the Ring of Yanko, which is basically a magical ring that will allow him to control every aspect of magic.
Is Catagon potentially going to fall in love with Tetradia again? That's what the people want to know.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Why can't him and Tetra just be friends?
They could. I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
Do you like this meme? This is a good meme. We should add this to the C box. Please tell me more. She's sipping tea. I like that. That literally could be Dahlia.
Add that to the C-Bucks.
It's definitely a Dahlia meme. But nah, man, yeah. Yeah, I think Catagon should definitely be an anti-hero. If he's gonna be in this shit for the long run, that way he's not always like, because the problem is if he's a
see, the thing about it is he's not an anti-hero, he's an anti-villain. He
anti-villain.
has
He's
evil
advanced.
and murder. He has evil and murderous ways, but his goal really isn't all that evil when you get down to it.
Oh, I see.
Because think about it like this: the Magic Guild, which he's going after, the White Court specifically, which is their governing body, they're assholes. Think about the most corrupt, most non-benevolent magic government you can think of, right?
Yeah.
They have political assassins. They silence their competition. They pretty much have a monopoly on the magic world. It's the reason why the Seven Kingdoms got separated. It's the reason why Magic Maestro can't do his stuff that he wants to do, because they're like, oh no, only we can establish who gets to be magic teachers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like basically bureaucracy out the ass. So not only that, they're the reason why Catagon is in the situation that he is right now. You know what I'm saying? So him going after the Magic Guild is really not all that evil of a scheme.
Yeah.
When you think of it. So yeah, he might be evil and he might murder people, but he's like, is he doing it for an evil purpose? Nah.
It's understandable. I do like that Catagon's getting more involved. My only concern is that basically, I mean, how many arcs do we got going right now? Main arcs, because this is the problem, folks. Astrid, or as we know him as Forte, he's a goofball, isn't he? He's kind of a Duluth. He's from Duluth. He's from the north. He's kind of a goofball. He didn't really do anything with the Astrid plot, which this is the thing. People say I don't like Astrid. I was the one who told him he should have made Astrid a saga. But after this performance, I'm kind of like, ooh, this wasn't good. It didn't lead anywhere. It was actually one of the most awkward fucking arcs or saga, whatever you want to call it, ever, because it's like it didn't follow any kind of story structure. And I'm not saying you always have to do that, but it's kind of like the main villain just retired or just left. There's no climax. There's no satisfaction. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed in it. So I guess that's gonna add to the salt between us, but I mean I can't lie about it. It's hard for me to lie anyways. Blues already knows this. I wouldn't even have to really tell him before him to figure this out. He knows me that well. So he knows. It's like I don't like what is the logic? Do you ever talk to Forte and tell him why he did things the way he did, to where he just kind of quit?
Not really. I mean, he's trying to build up to something with his whole.
It's built up to nothing. He stepped down.
You know that dark demon character that he has that kind of takes over Astrid and stuff like that. The character.
That's been literally
he's trying to build up to. He's trying to build up to something to where Hadar is going to try and take Earth to another dimension. And it's like, I don't know. The heroes are going to have to stop him because he's going to try and take Earth to another dimension so it doesn't get threatened by Ultron and shit.
Blue's wrong. The correct answer was Astrid made was a great villain. You know why he made a great villain? Because it was hard to figure out how to beat him. Even Goku couldn't really defeat him. And it's like...
But see, he didn't want to be a villain. He wanted to still play the hero.
Yeah, I'm done with the Astrid shit. I'm done with it. I got shit.
We got Anon, we got Catagon, and we got what else is going on?
So we even got
Z-Team's not They're just getting trained and stuff like that, I guess.
I gotta focus.
Z-teams are kind of... What?
I'm gonna be honest, Foot Blues. We might need to think about because look, how many arcs do we have? We have
Let me see. I'm gonna start writing them down. Hold on.
Let's write down the arcs and let's do a few at a time.
Earth.
We have too many arcs. Too many arcs. I'll write them in chat.
Earth. Let's see. On Earth, I'm writing them in a Google Doc as we speak. You can write them in chat. Let's see. On Earth, we got Anon and the Coalition.
So Anon, I'm just gonna call that the Anon arc. Anon and Coalition.
Anon and the Coalition. We got Cadogan versus the Magic Guild. Well, the White Court. The White Court.
I'm just gonna call it the
Cadogan versus the White Court. We got the Z-Teens training with Gohan and Piccolo.
Yeah, we should allow that to kind of flourish. We should allow like Soror and Oob to train with Piccolo and Gohan at least for a week or so before we move on to just the Hell arc, because there is a lot of opportunity for relationships to
well, you know, Oob and Soror are supposed to go in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Training with Gohan and Piccolo.
And Mark Phoenix is the president.
Is that really going to be official arc? Like what is that?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
is it an arc?
It's part of what Astrid is doing. He literally told Mark Phoenix he was the president, and Mark Phoenix was like, "All right, I'm probably going to be a better president than you."
So I'll just put Mark
He's
Phoenix.
He's gonna try and mend the relationship with the superhumans. Let's see.
Elijah just posted. Message Elijah and tell him we want him more to like character development as mentoring Soror and Oob. We need him for that. That'll be good shit.
Say we want more Master Gohan.
Yeah. We got the Demon Realm arc, which is probably the most major arc.
That's not an Earth arc though. That's not an Earth arc though. Hold on.
We're just talking about it.
We'll get to fucking Demon World. God damn it.
So we literally got fucking 4 arcs going. How many arcs do we have on Earth? Anon arc.
That's 4 arcs. Anon, Cadogan, Z-Teens.
Two of those Blues. 2 of those arcs need to be put aside. We need to like pick 2 arcs to go with and 2 arcs to do later. So
you just want to do your fucking Demon World. Let's see what we got in space. We got.
I think there's just too many.
What is Romanus doing?
He's about ready to attack the Galactic Patrol capital to take them out of the sign a peace treaty.
Galactic Patrol capital. Radazu heads to planet Berry. What else is going on in space? I don't think anything else is going on in space.
Not right now. You got Olive.
Because the Princess Olive, and they're just going through space, huh? It's not really an arc, huh?
Well, what's going to happen is that the Galactic Patrol are going to sign a peace treaty, but basically that Galactic Patrolman is going to go rogue to save this girl, and like. I think they might even fall in love. I don't know, but he's gonna talk to Jocko, and Jocko's before they find out that they signed the peace treaty. Jocko's gonna be like, "Yeah, come here to Earth. Like Goku can help out. He's a Saiyan. He's defeated like Frieza, and he's gonna when they find out that the Galactic Patrol want to hand her over to the Stellar Saiyans, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, fuck that. We're going to Earth, even if I get in trouble for it."
And then that's when they run into Oob and Soror. Okay, so that can just be combined with. Okay, that's not a plot yet.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. Imagine Blues one day you're in C-Box, right? Blues. Imagine
What?
some random day you're in a C box, right? And all of a sudden, out of space, just bursting on the scene is the Galactic Patrol
Don't
spaceship.
fucking spoil it, you dumbass.
Who else? But I mean, by the time anybody listens to this podcast, it's gonna be already done. So, you don't want me to spoil it? Okay, I won't spoil it.
Oh well, if that's the rationale, go ahead.
Yeah. So you want to?
If yeah, okay, yeah.
So basically,
I'm thinking this is like live. We finna post this today. No, you finna post this like 2 weeks from now and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So what's gonna happen is it's gonna be a random day. The only person I'm gonna tell is you because I always after the Moth Violet Vegeta incident, I always promised you I'd try to tell you when I'm gonna do surprise shit, so that way you know. So that way you don't do any crazy shit like kill my favorite character. So,
hey, look, motherfucker, that's all on you.
So, what's gonna happen is like out of space, like that Galactic Patrol craft is just gonna burst out, and then behind them is gonna burst out Stellar Saiyan warships and also Galactic Patrol ships, because Rom's gonna be like, "No, you promised me the princess, so you are gonna go with my ships and hunt them down." And so it's like it's a weird fucking temporary alliance where these two are like fucking trying to hunt this guy down, and they reach Earth, and I'm just wondering what the ESF are gonna do when these Galactic Patrol starships and Saiyan starships just burst into low orbit trying to shoot this thing down. They'll break off because they don't really want to fuck with Earth like that, but they'll try to shoot it down before it gets in the atmosphere. So it's kind of a wake-up call to ESF that maybe they need to like actually participate in space politics, because like they're gonna probably freak the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have more. I'm gonna probably do something with Planet Meat, because if you forgot, Earth is in control of Planet Meat now.
Well, you know what Paragus did. The whole reason.
Who's that? Who's this? Oh, it's Pan.
It's Pan.
What's up?
Pan's gonna give us away to the fucking like Interpol.
Pan's the espionage agent.
Yeah.
The
It's
spy.
fucking. She's gonna tell Interpol what we're doing, and they're gonna like bust down our doors and shit. They'd be like, Interpol, and I'd be like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on, man. That's all Blues' fault.
Interpol, International Police. I'll be right back.
Yeah. It's all Blues, man. So, yeah. So basically, what's gonna happen? And Pan's here. Pan's gonna get the secret scoop. I gotta reward people for coming to the podcast. So Pan's gonna get it. So what's gonna happen, Pan, is that there's gonna be a random day in C-Box, right? And if you've been kind of following what's been going on in space, the Saladin Princess and this Galactic Patrolman, what happens is Rom sacks the Galactic Patrol capital, and then they sign a peace treaty. And the thing is, there's peace, because Rom wants peace for now, but he also wants a princess. So this Galactic Patrolman who's been protecting the Saladin Princess this whole time goes rogue, and he's like, no, he talks to Jocko, and Jocko's like, oh yeah, come to Earth because Goku can maybe figure this out. So he goes rogue. And Rom fucking is infuriated. He calls up the Galactic Patrol leader, and he's like, you promised me the princess, so you're gonna go with me with our fleets, and you're gonna hunt this thing down.
Wait,
what?
what?
So that's the setup. I'm explaining to Pan what's happening, because she gets the inside scoop because she's here. That's how it works here. We gotta. So there's gonna be a time in C-Box randomly, but I guess Pan and Iona will know about it, but the rest of them won't. So this is what's gonna happen. So I guess this would be good for Pan's ESF character, but this is what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a random day in C-Box where a Galactic Patrol ship just bursts out of hyperspace, and behind them are Galactic Patrol warships and Stellar Saiyan warships trying to shoot it down. And they just try to make it to Earth's atmosphere, and these ships just start shooting at it, and then they break off last moment, before, the Galactic Patrol ship makes it into the atmosphere, and all these warships break off. But they're still in orbit for a moment, and it's going to be interesting. It's kind of a wake-up call to ESF, because they've only kind of fucked around in space a little bit. This is kind of a wake-up call that they need to, maybe get more integrated in what's going on. I don't even know what Blues is going to do when that happens. I know Mark Phoenix is going to freak out. He's like, what's going on? And then, I think what's going to happen is Rom is going to relay a message to the fleet, and he's going to demand that Admiral Corona and whoever's in charge of the Galactic Patrol fleet to just blockade Earth off for a while. And he's like, I want the princess, or I'm going to just blockade Earth off.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen.
And then Mark Phoenix is going to have to, threaten them, and they'll probably eventually leave. We'll make it a diplomatic thing where Mark Phoenix has to go up to the Galactic Patrol ship, because really the Galactic Patrolmen are the ones in charge who dominate space. They have the most ships, they have the largest ships. So it's really up to them to decide the deciding factor. It's actually a reverse role. You think the Saiyans would be in charge, but they're not. They're not really as strong in space. They don't have enough ships, and they're not large enough to really. That's why Rom usually has to use his own power to defeat them. So, it's going to be the deciding factor is if you can convince the Galactic Patrolmen to leave. And because they are, full of justice and all that bullshit, Mark Phoenix will be able to convince them. It's yeah, we can't violate the sovereign right of Earth. But he's going to have to be very convincing. So Blues is going to have to be diplomatic for once. So that'll be fun.
Yep. Oh, Krillin's here. Yeah.
And then when the Galactic Patrol ships leave, there's only going to be 4 Saiyan ships left, and that's when it's Mark Phoenix could do something epic it's if you still want a battle, we can still have a battle, but it doesn't seem like you guys can handle it, because Rom only has a fleet of 11 ships still. They're still building the new ones, so Commodore Corona will be probably forced to withdraw at that point, because with only 4 ships, because the Galactic Patrol will probably have 50 ships or 40 ships of different classes, but the Saiyans will only have literally only 4 ships with them, because they don't have that many left, and she's gonna be left there with 4 ships, and then you're gonna I don't know what the space forces of Earth look like now, but I'm sure they're a lot more powerful than what they were at the beginning of the Saiyan Earth conflict. I mean, Blues, elaborate on that, what you're going to do in that situation, since this is getting good.
Doing what situation?
So, when Mark Phoenix... What is the status of the Earth Space Forces right now? I guess...
I mean, they ever since the war, and ever since they kind of got everything wished back, they've just been slowly building up their forces. And eventually, they're gonna go send a scout fleet to Planet Meat, so they can try and start colonizing over.
But you know why Paragus gave Earth meat? He had to leave that planet.
But see, the twist is that's gonna be the first show of force from the Earth's military, pretty much.
Yeah, but they're gonna get wiped out when that PTO. The reason Paragus gave him Planet Meat is he had to withdraw from that anyways, because he lost so many Saiyan warriors in that when Turles invaded Earth. So he didn't have the manpower to keep that planet from that warlord. So he's like, oh, I'll just give it to these stupid, backwater Earth bumpkins, and they'll have to deal with that warlord. So you think? And that's a Paragus move. You gotta admit, that's a very Paragus move. He's like, yeah, you can have that world. So what? You're gonna have Earth start a war with a galactic PTO Warlord? You're out of your fucking mind. I'll play that PTO Warlord and I'll blow up Earth.
All right, Mister. I'm too busy.
I am. I'm a little too busy, but that's how it should go down.
Fucking thought.
Earth should get punished for even defying a fucking PTO Warlord. It should be Sorbit, and it'll be Sorbit with his stellar 5th Legion and shit.
Fuck Sorbit.
He'll have Tagoma.
You know what?
He'll
gonna be bad.
He'll have Tagoma. He'll have Tagoma wipe out all those Earth forces on meat. And why should the Z Wars help the ESF take over a planet? So you're not gonna have the fucking the Z Wars save the day.
As Pan said, the ESF might have more tricks up their sleeves than they let on.
The ESF can't do shit without the Z Wars. So I'm gonna look forward to that. Okay. I look forward to that because Tagoma's just gonna wipe these fuckers, wipe them clean.
That's if Radazu ain't already got to them motherfuckers first.
Well, Radazu needs a Radazu's doing his thing. but you know, those are Frieza loyalists. They're not loyal to Cooler.
No, okay, so the fucking PTO is fractured, man.
Rom's gonna tell Radazu, like, stop trying to make enemies with everybody. Focus on one warlord at a time. I think that's what Rom would tell Radazu. It's like, look, I get what you're doing, and you've always brought me victories.
He said, fuck that shit. He's going after Cooler.
Yeah, that's what a Saiyan would do. Rom would be like, listen, all you've done is brought glory to yourself and the Saiyans, but go after one warlord at a time, and that would be. But he's not gonna dare he's not gonna because the thing with Saiyan Wars is he's not gonna step over his toes and tell him not to gain glory, because that's not what Saiyans really do, and it's kind of improper Saiyan etiquette. It's like, why would Rom stop Radazu from getting Saiyan glory for himself and their cause? It's like he's not really gonna do that because Rom would rather be out there doing the same shit. So he's like, and even you could say, well, why would Rom want Radazu to get stronger? I mean, you're talking about Saiyans. It's like Romus would like the idea that somebody would try to challenge him, for the Supreme Warlord. He's like, I hope he does get strong. Because that's what the Saiyan, really what Saiyans live for is battle anyways. So, it's a different, I want it to be a different dynamic than Saiyan Friezas where they're like, oh, I don't want these people to get that strong. It's like, no, Rom's like, oh yeah, you go out there and do that. Get us more glories and victories, but don't get too over cocky. Don't get yourself killed out there, Radazu. I guess that's what he would tell him. That's very Saiyan Spartanish. So yeah, we got some good arcs going. I will admit that.
All right, now you finally go ahead and tell everybody what's going on with Demon World, so you can just get it off your fucking chest.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that Demon World is so fucking cool right now, man. I may, I've done some good things with it.
Go ahead and tell everybody what this lame ass Demon World.
Oh man, you're just such a hater.
This lame ass shit.
Well, where it's at now is that
Go ahead. Explain it.
So, basically, with the Hell Uprising with Raditz, fallen soldiers, and others, they started an uprising right when Moth Violet and Moth Yokai got to Hell. So eventually, long story short, is that Moth Violet, Moth Yokai met up with Raditz, and they told him what's up. It's like, hey, we know a way to get into Demon Realm, and if you come with us and help us overthrow Daburo, we know a way where you can get back to the living world, because demons have backdoor portals into all these different realms. And Raditz, he doesn't have anything to lose doing it, and he's like, the prospect of fighting strong fighters, he's like Goku. He's like, okay, fuck it, why not? And what sealed the deal is that Moth Violet is friends with his daughter. So So that's why Raditz would kind of go along with this. Like, oh, he knows my daughter, and my daughter's still alive. He definitely doesn't like the fact that she's with Oob and is becoming an Earth Saiyan, so he's going to fix all that when he gets back. He's basically going to drag Sorora back into space. Back to planet Vegeta. And that's going to be fun. If Raditz actually gets back to Earth and he does that, I can't wait to see the look on...
He's going to have to chase after him.
What if she goes willingly?
What if
Raditz is like...
After all of this time she done spent with Oob and shit on Earth, why the fuck would she go back there? Why the fuck would she go back to Vegeta?
It would be a tough choice. Raditz would have to, like... You have to choose between me and your family and this fucking Earth cretin. And she might... I don't know.
Oh, shit. If we eventually go in the hyperbolic time chamber like we said, she's gonna spend at least a year with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that's just gonna be a year of them.
Well, that's
like,
why
fighting and training and shit. So it's like, you know.
Yeah, she might not.
She's not just gonna want to abandon Earth.
And to be fair, with Raditz,
you know.
Yeah, and this is the exciting part of the Demon Realm arc is that Goku, because he was with the other world heroes, he accidentally went in the portal with those three. So this is a good time for Raditz and Goku to bond, because I've never found an excuse or a good reason to make my Raditz kind of like get along with his relatives. And this is actually an opportunity where Goku and Raditz can work together, because I hate the good guy Raditz that most RPers play, and this is actually like a good excuse for me to actually do that path that I've never wanted to do. I've always wanted Raditz to be the main... When I was playing on Arena or other sites, I always built my Raditz to be like the anti-Goku. Like, he's literally... If you ever seen my Raditz on Arena or other places... He has Saiyan warrior friends like Goku does, so he's a mirror image of Goku. He's like the anti-Goku, because Raditz is a hero of planet Vegeta, where he's like, he gains prestige in battle, and I love that. I love the fact that I can make a better plot from just my own Raditz. Not only is it more interesting than most Gokus on other sites, but I make it seem like he's the hero of planet Vegeta, even though they're evil. They're evil in the terms of what human morals are. And that's usually what fucks up a lot of these RPers. Are like, well, you know, the Saiyans are evil. It's like, in their perspective, they're the good guys. So go fuck yourself. How about that? It's not that simple. If you think that everybody on every planet is going to go by Earth morals, you're fucking wrong. Because that's not even true in different cultures and under different government systems. So you're completely wrong about like morals or what's good or right. I could think I'm doing the right thing by slaughtering millions of people, and I'd be like, well, this is for a good cause, and I could be completely wrong, but what if people believe that shit? That they're doing the right thing. What if you're a Spartan back in ancient Greece and you think you're doing the right thing by like slaughtering prisoners of war because that's... Or you could be a part of a religion. And hey, I'm part of this religion. It's God's will that I slaughter these people. You see, I think that's what I want to get across to people. That's what I always wanted to get across to people as playing Raditz. I think on a higher level, though I don't always think on a higher level, that morals are a perspective, just like opinions. Your morals can be influenced by your culture. And you can be on your high horse, oh well, you know, that's wrong. It might be wrong to Earth point of view, but what if this world is completely Saiyan wars? And what's right and good to them is glory in battle and shit. Like, you can't, you know, I'm dealing with fucking nether apes here. They're like, no, you see how it is, Rom, is you gotta be good, and good is good, and Earth is good. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. You know, you don't get it. So let me.
What the fuck? I tuned out. What the hell are you talking about?
You know what, Blues? See, this is the problem with you. You don't. You need to get with the program. So I was going somewhere with that, but you know, the Krillin and Pan gets it. You need to pay attention. So what's Oob and Soror alone together for a whole year, unchaperoned. Yeah, that could be a problem. That you know what? That would
They're
be the
both
hook.
going to be. Sorora's 15. Oob is 16, so he's going to be 18. Yeah, she's going to be 17.
That would be the.
Out.
You know what? That'll be the hook. Raditz tells her to come with her, and she's like, well, I'm pregnant. That should be the surprise hook.
Oh shit! Oh
Yeah.
Jesus!
They're
too young for all of that. She's going to be 17, and he's going to be 18.
Do you really? Out of there. It'd be still really hard for her to choose her own father over you, though. It'd tear her apart.
That doesn't have to be the hook, though. That doesn't have to be the hook.
My only regret is that I never RP'd Raditz enough to show, because I wanted to, like, if you go onto the Vegeta forum, I wanted them to train a lot, and I just never had the time to do it. So I just have to tell people that they have a very strong bond, because basically Raditz saw Soror as his potential redemption, because if he couldn't beat Kakarot, at least he knew that the Saiyan ideals would live on in his daughter, and he would so he trained her to be the ultimate Saiyan warrior, the anti-Goku, basically. So this whole idea of like her settling down with Oob is like a complete affront on everything that he is. But that might change with Goku and Raditz actually fighting together in Demon Realm. It might change Raditz enough to where he just is like, I'm not gonna ever make my Raditz a good guy Raditz, but he'll be like, you know what, this whole feud with our families is over. But Raditz is still going to go back to Planet Vegeta. He's like, I'm not staying here with these fuckers. You guys can. You can come visit, but I'm not. He's just, he's too Saiyan for that shit. He doesn't want to be really that much of a part of it. Though I'm sure, Gohan or Pan, if they really wanted. See, that the good thing about that is that means that Pan and Gohan, if they wanted to, they could actually come visit Bardock and Gine and Raditz.
All right.
What?
So, for story purposes, are we going to just say Goku refused to come back with Pan's wish? Or did he die some other way? Or, like, is he still dead or what?
He's technically still alive, but he just decided to go to heaven with Chi-Chi.
Okay.
She has a suggestion.
Are my sources.
So that is the gift I will give you if Raditz turns out to be a little bit... Is that...
He moves to King Kai's.
I mean, he's in heaven with literally Chi-Chi. I mean, I guess he could move to King Kai's, I guess, but would Chi-Chi live there too? Maybe, I mean, you know what should really happen? Why not just give Goku his own, like, planet right next to King Kai's with Chi-Chi? But, I mean, I don't know. That might be a little over the top. He's not that special, I think, but, I mean... I don't know if Chi-Chi would like to live with King Kai and Bubbles and all them. Yeah, that is the one thing, too. So, yeah, you know what? Just so that way they can be in contact, maybe King Kai can go to him in heaven eventually and be like, hey, you guys gotta live with us. Or something. So, or they could build a house on the other side of the planet, so... Like, there's King Kai's house and they live on the opposite side. You know, I guess that could work. And then King Kai would probably want him around anyways, because he gets lonely, so... Kind of makes sense.
Alright, yeah. So basically Paragus was like, here's planet meat. In exchange, you have to give us all the Saiyans on Earth, right?
Paragus took over after Turles died because he was left behind to watch... What
Right.
After
I'm
the
just saying, what was the deal with Planet Earth? What was the deal with Planet Earth? He was like, I'll give you planet meat, but you have to give me all the same
well, because
refugees.
Astrid was being a dick and he wanted resources or some shit, and I'm like, okay, I'll give you a planet, but it's a planet that I'm withdrawing from anyways, because I don't have the
Okay, but
manpower.
what was Earth supposed to give them in exchange? The Saiyan refugees, right?
Yeah, any Saiyan prisoners
Okay.
or any stranded Saiyan ships that were not able to make the jump, they were supposed to get all the Saiyans back. Yeah, I'll do that, Pan. I'll have Goku live on King Kai's planet. They'll have their own house, like on the opposite side of the planet. So that way they're in contact at least, and Goku could technically be a master. Because my Goku's done, basically. So is my Raditz. It's time for the new generation. Raditz is going to go back to Planet Vegeta and he's going to take care of Gine and his... Because by this time, Gine and Bardock are going to be old. So Raditz is going to go back and take care of them. And if you guys want to go... The good thing that comes out of this is that Gohan and Japan can actually visit Planet Vegeta and not get killed because Raditz will look after them. Since he'll be like head of the household on Planet Vegeta. Soror would probably stay on Earth with Oob. Raditz is
All right. So who's ruling Planet Meat? Which one of the PTO warlords?
I'll just put
You gotta decide. You gotta decide right now.
It's gonna be PTO Warlord Crumb. So there you go, Crumb. It's Krum. Yeah. He's a
Trum.
No, you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Captain Ginyu because the Ginyu Force is active in space, and they actually took over the planet because they have followers themselves. They're kind of Frieza loyalists, but they're not
Okay.
joining Sorbit. So it's Captain Ginyu.
It's
Warlord.
Captain Ginyu.
It's actually Warlord Ginyu now. It's Warlord Ginyu. It's Captain Ginyu, and his team has gotten strong enough to where, yeah, they're running their own shit. Dude, there's no fucking way, dude. There's no way Earth could mount any kind of military to where they're going to beat the Ginyu Force. Like, dude, I'm setting you up for fucking failure. So, I just want you to know that, Blues. You're going to fail. Because you're not... None of the Z-Warriors are going to help the ESF on a fucking random planet like Meat.
Special Forces scouts have discovered that the planet is already going through a...
So I have Ginyu... I might have Ginyu talk to Paragus. It's like, oh, I noticed you've left Planet Meat. He's like, indeed. So you've given it to these Earthlings. You'd be like, well, they technically have it. And Ginyu will be like, well, it's mine now. It's like, well, good luck with that. Ginyu doesn't give a fuck. He just sends some of his Ginyu Force. Jace himself could wreck all the ESF. Maybe the only person in the ESF that could fight the Ginyu Force is Model X. Maybe, but if the Ginyu Force are smart enough to know if they were revived, they would be training this entire time. Like they ain't gonna be as weak as they were on Namek. So let's get that out of the fucking way. So you're talking about Ginyu Force elites in almost the hundreds of thousands of power level. No, you're not taking away my big brain 4G chess move, Blues. Can't outsmart the ROM.
All right, we'll see. We have reason to believe that King Paragus has planned for us to get
Hey, Blues, I want you to know, have you ever watched this movie? I love this movie, and I know you'll like it.
Which one?
Have you ever watched a movie from 1970 called Waterloo?
No.
The
About
Brits.
Napoleon?
Yeah, the Brits love this because it's like their moment. But I love this I love Napoleon in it. And the acting, it's fucking top tier good shit. Like and all these, it's so real. Like everything in it actually happened. Let me I'm gonna share it because you can watch this movie online on YouTube for free. So I'm gonna give you this shit. Waterloo. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna share it in the chat, and I'm also gonna give it to you in your personal, so that way I make sure you watch it. I like Nelson too. Nelson's a smart. What? No, it wasn't Nelson, right?
I'm about to friend zone Elijah.
Who? It wasn't Nelson. Nelson was in the Navy. Who the fuck am I thinking of? Damn it. They know. They know who I'm talking about. It wasn't Nelson though. Fuck. I can't believe I can't remember. I'm gonna post it in here. This is the fan cut. I'm gonna send it to you, Blues. This is a required watching for you. You need to learn about some Napoleon, man. Napoleon's the fucking shit. I love his quotes. So there you go. I sent it to you. Napoleon's the man. He's a man with a plan. Like, bro, like you know what I love about this movie is there's no CGI. Like they literally hired all these people and like their armor shines off the sun and shit. It's like it's fucking amazing. There's no CGI, Blues. You can't even make movies like that. You can't even make any movies like that now because they're so lazy and cheap.
Yeah, you can. You can. You just don't want to.
You gotta you gotta get the money, and the money's. I mean, to get enough actors to play those. You gotta get so many. I mean, to get enough people to play an entire like army. I mean, yeah, man. It's like I imagine eventually CGI will catch up, but like CGI has been so garbage. It's been so garbage. I mean, it's starting to get better, but like, let's be honest. Like, some of these movies haven't aged well, like the Star Wars prequels and stuff. But I fucking love this movie, Waterloo. The acting is like top notch. Everybody. So the Brits know, man. Just because I watched Waterloo 1970, the Brits know I'm a fucking cultured motherfucker, man. Like, I could literally go there. Mm-hmm. I could literally be in Buckingham Palace right now, just chilling. Chilling with the Queen. I'll be like, Leo, like, look, you ever had a Mike's Hard Lemonade? Try one of these. Or something like that. I don't know. It's whatever. I wonder what... You know, I think in the UK they do have Strongbow. I think they have Strongbow, which is an apple cider, but I don't know. What is the best apple cider in the UK? Or Ireland? What would you say is the best apple cider? Strongbow is crap. God damn it. Of course they're going to say that. Of course, there's nothing we like that they like. It's the best apple cider, Bulmers, Magners. Man, that shit we can't get here, so I'd have to actually come visit. But I do love me some apple cider, man. When I was a kid, I loved apple juice. It's like, so I could be a kid. I could just be a drunken kid. I could have an apple, you know. What do you think, Blues? Do you like apple cider? Like,
I haven't had enough to know if I like it or not.
Have you had Angry Orchard?
No, I have not.
Listen, bro.
They don't sell it at the gas station.
Do they sell it at a 7-Eleven?
They don't have 7-Elevens in Texas.
What? Yeah, they do. You're lying.
No, they don't.
Fucking
Well,
liar.
at least not in fucking Houston. They don't have no goddamn 7-Elevens.
How the fuck they don't have 7-Elevens in Houston? They have 7-Elevens in Japan, but not Texas?
Nope.
That's a lie. I'm sure I've seen 7-Elevens in... Hold on. No, that's a fucking lie. I'm going to look that up right now. This motherfucker's trying to trick me.
Nope, they don't.
You know we can all look that up. We can literally just look 7-Eleven. There's a whole bunch of 7-Elevens in Houston, you lying motherfucker.
It's not a 7-Eleven, man.
I do.
It's not the real 7-Eleven.
See, the one thing about Europeans is they have good taste in alcohol. I will give them that.
See,
I love me some Spanish. I love Spanish and Portuguese wine because it's sweet. I don't like the dry wines, but the sangrias and the portos. The portos are Portuguese. And they say it's like, oh, you gotta have this for dessert. It's like, no, we can have this for every time. That's the move. I like the sweet wine for every time. Like, let's not like get it twisted. Like, oh, this is good with cake. It's like, no, it's good. Put it in a fucking bowl and it's good. Now, we don't need cake. Skip the cake. Let's have the Porto wine or the Spanish sangria. So I will say that. I like Spanish and Portuguese wine. Not so much Italian. I haven't found an Italian wine I really like. Of course, Germany. I mean, Germany, of course, has. Germany has really good beer, but also Belgium had really good beer. At the military commissary, there's a Belgian beer I had. There's a few British beers we actually have. And Canadian beer is good too. I mean, almost every country has a pretty good beer. The only beer I haven't found that was good was an Italian beer. There is an Italian beer, but I'm like, I get it. Italians, they're not really into beer. They just don't give a fuck about beer. I mean, if you have that good of wine, why would you go with beer? Beer isn't sexy. It's sexy to me because, I mean, I am definitely... I like to pretend like I'll fuck around and say I'm royalty or that I'm upper class, but I'm definitely blue collar. I like the pub atmosphere. I like a place where you could get like fish and chips and a big ass mug of beer. Like that's fucking heaven. Like fish and chips, French fries, a cheeseburger, just bar food that's good, and you get a big ass on the tab mug of beer, and that's fucking paradise, man. I mean, you're gonna feel bad later, but I mean, at the time, yeah, you can't really beat that. And especially if you got like good friends around. It's just I miss those days. Now I just chill, but I had my good run. I had my good run when I was younger. I'm not big into sports bars now, but back then. I'm tired too. I am tired a little.
Yep.
So, oh man, we kind of got off topic. I almost forgot we're running a podcast. Listen, folks, where are we going with this fucking podcast?
I don't know. We don't have a script this time.
Yeah. What is Krillin gonna do? I want to know what Krillin's plans are on the podcast. Look at fucking Blues with his fucking samurai. This motherfucker. He can't play a game without getting inspired and making samurais and shit, samurai minions. Even though Katagon's supposed to be from kind of a mix of British and Slavic. That's what
I don't know where you got that from. I don't know where you got that from.
Belka is actually Belka's supposed to be like Byzantine with a little bit of Slavic, but they're supposed to have British accents. You don't have that, Blues. We're supposed to have Byzantine kind of architecture and a little bit of like a British accent, and you don't have that. Kind of disappointed. You went with a samurai. That's what Belka is. It's my hodgepodge of I thought about like what Tetra's voice would be. I thought about like it should be maybe
Why are you? What you said? It has to be Slavic and what?
like look, it's kind of like this. It's like the Belka is kind of like Byzantine in architecture, and a lot of their names are definitely like Byzantine. Like Tetradia is a Byzantine 5th century female name. So they're supposed to have Greek. They basically have Greek names.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
They can't be fucking samurai?
You and your samurai.
Why couldn't they not to be samurai?
This is the. Let me see. Let me see if I can find Vombre. This is what I imagine Tetradia's voice kind of sounded like.
I'll call Dinah Breed.
That evening!
Good evening, then. Oh, dress. Cute.
You don't need to be polite.
This is probably exact opposite of what Blues thinks her voice sounds like, but. And I fucking hate this cartoon, but I like the voice
Who do
acting.
you know who makes potions?
Blues, is this what do you imagine Tetradia's voice sounding like before we go into this? And do you know what Vombre's voice sounds like from Cartoon Network?
Who?
Vombre.
I mean, hold on a second. This dog is fucking true.
Blues is getting raped by a dog right now. And you know, folks, when you get, I mean, does a dog know any better? Can we hold him up to the same laws as us humans? No, we can't. So the dog doesn't know any better. You know, we live in a human society. So the dog just humped Blues, and I mean, we gotta accept the fact that the dog has feelings too. So I feel like we all live in a society. Yes. That's what I like about this podcast. Is you never know what's going to happen to Blues. He'll get attacked by his cousin. He'll get raped by his own dog. It's like I love where this might go. Like you don't know. Like it's always something bad that happens to Blues, but like we always learn a lesson. Like I mean, we learned a lesson. We should take odds on what happens to Blues each week. We should. Like, I mean, is he going to get attacked by his cousin or humped by a dog? I mean, it's like a 50-50 chance. Or is his mom going to yell at him? It's like it's almost like the podcast is like a Blues game show where you'd spin a wheel and you'd spin the wheel and it'd be like dog humping Blues, cousin attacks Blues, mom yells at Blues, and it'd be no matter what it lands on, it's something horrible for Blues. Like there's no good like spin on this. It'd be like Blues, the gardener lawnmower. It's like I don't know. You know where I'm going with this. Blues is a little mad right now.
No.
The Blues spinning wheel. It would be a fucking. Yeah, One of the big fucking pies on the fucking spinning chart would be that fucking door. Like literally, like Blues. None of us, even if this community dies, none of us are ever gonna forget that fucking squeaking wheel. Like that sounds like if I die of cancer or some shit. Like I almost imagine I'm going to hear that squeaking fucking wheel as I go into the afterlife. Like the door opens. I'm like, oh fuck. Like fucking Blues is fucking squeaking doors like the door to the afterlife. Like the door just squeaks open. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go, man. Into the abyss. Yeah. So, Blues, I want you to see it.
Hmm?
This is Vombre. Tell me this. Do you imagine Tetradi's voice sounding
Here
like
we go.
this?
Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Do you imagine her having that voice of that purple-haired girl? I just posted it in Talk to Speak.
Who do we know who makes potions?
The purple-haired girl.
Yeah.
Oh no. You can't.
Because that's what I imagine her voice sounding like. It's fancy. So Belkans have British voices, but they have like a Byzantine names and customs and shit, basically. Because that's definitely a British voice. There's no doubt
So
about it.
it's like it's just a
Can't mean.
comically bad British voice. Okay. Oh, okay.
So Catagon would have kind of like a British voice.
No, he wouldn't.
No?
Oh.
Odds bodkins, did we reach you at a bad time, Ducky?
Yeah.
I wasn't exactly expecting guests at this oily.
Oh yeah, Mark Phoenix is about to start building up the Earth fleet.
Oh, whatever. Man, dude, if these starships look lame as fuck, I'm gonna be like, you gotta stop this, Blues. Let me give you some ship designs before you start going off the rails, and it's like fucking. It's gonna
Okay.
it's gonna be something bad.
All right, go ahead.
You should
Go
use
a
you should use the Southern Cross from Macross. Their ships because they actually look Earth.
Why don't you use them?
Well, what ships are you planning on using? Or you should use the
I can't
Earth.
tell you.
Use the Earth Federation ships from the original Gundam. They actually look Earth as fuck. Just use them. Don't use some random, or don't use like some video game bullshit that doesn't look anime at all. Like use the Earth Federation ships. They have like literally two classes: the Salamis and the Magellan. There you go. Use the Salamis and Magellan class. I'm trying to save Blues from a utter disaster right now. I always like the ships from Halo. See, look what Krillin's doing. Trying to take us down a dark fucking path. And let's see, where are we in this fucking thing? We've gone on for an hour. It feels longer than that. Man.
See, what ships did you want me to use?
Use ships from
Lame ass design you got.
Look up Earth Federation fleet. Look up Salamis class, or like I don't know. I'll send you some images. Don't you worry. Federation. You're gonna use some lame ass shit, and I'm not putting up with it, Blues. Gotta use some good stuff.
I don't know what lame ass shit you thought I was gonna use, but all right.
Because we already used the Macross Southern Cross for the who do we fucking, you know what? No, you're gonna use the Southern Cross. Let me look them up real quick.
You don't even know what the fuck they look like, dumbass.
I already got some cool ass ships for the fucking Galactic Patrol. I don't want them to have lame ships. Southern Cross.
Nah, man, you gotta give them the PTO circular.
Man,
the
those
disc ships.
Dude, look, they're not good at making fucking fleets.
You gotta give them the flying saucer ships.
Okay.
from DBZ.
Hold on. I'm gonna look them up on Imager. I'm gonna give you the right. I'm gonna kind of distinguish you between the fleets that we're using right now, because we need to do this before everything gets fucking crazy. So, this is what it's gonna be. Actually, I have them on here. So, look, I can look them up in my collection. Let's go. 4 more P's. Locations, factions, archives, NPCs, Earth. So these are the Earth ships, Blues. The Southern Cross.
Oh, okay. Using the Warhammer 40K.
Oh, fuck that. Don't use that garbage.
I'm not using Warhammer. I think Forte already used them for the models back on.
We are weebs. What do you think? I mean, they're anime as fuck. This is literally from Macross. Like, you can't even be mad at this shit. It's the good. It's the goodness.
The goodness. Wow.
Yeah. So you're Blues. You're obligated to use only these ships for Earth. I got some more images for him. I just gotta look them up. That way, Blues will be satisfied, and he doesn't like.
I already know what ships I'm using for Earth, bitch.
No. You can't just do that, Blues. Well, what ships are you gonna use?
What? I'm not telling you.
Oh, you fucking. You're so lame.
Alright.
So you're gonna use the Southern Cross ships?
Nope.
What the
No, sir.
Whack.
I need to do some writing for Radazu so I can get him a spaceship.
Yeah, I'm in the same position as you.
I have a cool spaceship design I want to use for him. The one I showed you.
This is actually what I'm gonna use for the Galactic. Well, I actually don't have them for the Galactic Patrol. I don't think, unless I. No, fuck no. I didn't post that shit. It should be under spaceships though, right? It should be under default. Maybe not. Military equipment. Scenes. War scenes. No. That's not
I'll be
it.
right back.
Random images. Nope. Oh, these are all the random images from what we did. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Whatever. Oh, Zuka's here. I knew Zuka would join us eventually. See, this is a place where you could become famous. Like, Zuka could become like the next Nux. I don't know. Where are we going with this? Right, Blues? You fucking scumbag. Let's see what we got. We got all these images. But these aren't even all the images. These literally aren't all the images that I have.
Alright, what?
For space. Oh, I love this one though. See, this is gonna be for the Galactic Patrol, Blues. This is some shit you can't get your hands on because you're too lame to have these as Earth. Like this could never be Earth spaceships because every faction I've seen of Earth is unworthy of these spaceships. Because they're fucking garbage. Like, I mean, hold on.
All right, let me see.
So this is going to be the Galactic Patrol spaceships because I'm like, they're going to be around.
I'm going to rate this shit.
If I have my way, the Galactic Patrol and Legendverse, they're going to actually start to become badass. They're going to start to get some teeth. Right. They're going to start getting elite warriors. They're going to start being badass. They're not going to be garbage like like they are in the show, where they're kind of pushovers. They're actually going to become strong. So, but this is going to be their fleet eventually, when they get some teeth. So their ships will be more than a match for the Saiyan ships. Which they already are, but their ships are very antiquated. They're meant for more of an innocent universe. Like, if you look at the Saiyan ships, which are based off of Xeon ships, they're very menacing, and they look like they're ready for battle. They're not the saucer ships of the fucking PTO or the fucking Galactic Patrol ships that are kind of like retro. But this will eventually be the new Galactic Patrol that kind of evolves from all this trauma and all this warfare. Blues' ships are gonna be lame as fuck. They're gonna look like some shit from like the Disney Channel or some shit. You can't beat the shipmaster, Blues. If I can get this fucking thing to load, it's taking a minute. What the hell is that? See, yeah, that's something Blues would post. It's like, what the fuck is that? How is that gonna like do anything? You're like, well, you see, what you see, Rom, is that like there's gun ports and stuff, and be like, that looks like 3 balls connected to each other. Like,
yo ships is gonna be the same shit you always fucking use.
Yep.
For ships.
And there's a good reason I keep using the same shit, because it's good. It's good.
All right.
Just imagine Xeon Designs with Saiyans.
Know it all.
That's all I ask.
Know it all.
It's a Starbug. That's so nerdy. I don't know where that reference comes from Starbug. Somebody's gonna have to tell me.
I don't know what the hell Starbug is. What the hell do I want to do with Katagan right now?
You want to court Tetradia so that way you can get over your Xanthi.
I do kind of want him to just kill somebody right now.
I mean, I was going with the more courting Tetradia thing, but you know, I guess you're gonna go full evil.
We're gonna have a warden come after him quick.
Yeah, this should be the Galactic Patrol, and
give me a Byzantine name, Mr. Byzantine Empire.
This is gonna be the Galactic Patrol when they get their shit together.
Wow. I don't care. Give me a Byzantine name.
Justinian. Oh, they're finally loaded.
Nah, that's too good for an NPC. Give me like an NPC name. Give me like a Byzantine NPC name.
Belisarius.
What?
Thaddeus. I don't know.
Thaddeus.
You could literally look up
Give me a name, Krillin. Yeah, give me a name.
You could literally look up Byzantine names, and there's a whole bunch of sites with lists of names.
Just give me like a English name. A good English name. Thaddeus.
You know, Blues is, you know how impressed Blues is of this fucking GIF? Like, he's so impressed that he's like, shit. All my ship ideas were inadequate compared to this.
Okay.
You see it in Talk to Speak? You have
yes,
nothing.
I fucking see it.
You have nothing.
See it.
You have
God
nothing.
Damn.
You have nothing, sir. You have nothing. That is the Galactic Patrol's ultimate fleet, son. You have nothing.
All right.
That is like I'm literally giving my foe the best GIFs that I have, because I'm gonna keep using the Xeon Muzai class for Saiyan ships. Like, I'm giving them the goodness, but I'll show you what I will show you Well, you already know the GIF I use usually for the Saiyans, but it's a good one, so. You already know, man. Pan left.
All right,
Man.
see you later, Pan.
Pan left.
Nita.
Vaticus left.
You know what?
Alright, folks, this podcast's gone on long enough. You get it. You know what's going on. We got nothing left. We're talking shit about fleets and shit. We don't got any more interesting stuff to say. The Brits have left.
Are we gonna do at C-Box? We're gonna have.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Are we gonna have Tetrati to do anything with Katagon? Because I'm gonna have a warden come up on his ass.
I probably will have Tetradia join. But I mean,
Yeah, they can fight them together.
I'm ending this podcast.